Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Chakra Wisdom Tarot by Tori Hartman, artwork by Katrina Sokolova. I'll show you the back in a second. The supportive oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards. So we have the tarot cards and the oracle cards, both by Tori Hartman. This one's illustrated by Gretchen Raish Baskin. And they both have the ToriHartman.com website. This one has watkinspublishing.co.uk, Watkins with an S. The other one, even though very similar, has watkinspublishing.com, C-O-M. So whatever serves you best. I just want to keep that information out there. I didn't realize till just now that there was a co.com. I didn't realize they were different. So if that helps y'all, enjoy. What do we have for Taurus? They have to get on board with you. Whoever this is, they need to get on board. And sometimes, we all got to give in a little bit. This is not one of those times. This is not one of those times for you to give in. Because I feel like the Taurans that I know, I don't know a lot. I don't really think I know a lot of them. But I know a couple. Actually, I do know a couple now that I say that. I feel like they have a very, strong standing where they are. But if you make a good point, they'll work it out with you, and then they're like, all right, let's think about it. Let's add that in. Let's give it some time and let's work it out. But sometimes it's best to just kind of like, all right, you know what? I'm not moving. And if you want to do something different, you do something different. The Taurus energy just kind of holding strong and letting them, if they want to change, let them do what they want. You stay where you are. You don't change what you're doing. Your life stays the same, and let them give something a try. Because I think that's what's going to happen. Somebody's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm changing things. And I feel like at first, it does feel like it's going to change your situation. In the very beginning, I get the Nine of Swords, which makes me feel like, okay, I can try to do that. But for example, say you're a co-owner of a house, just for argument's sake, and the other person moves out and they're like, we're going to need to sell this house because I can't afford both. I don't want to live here anymore. So they move out. And at first it feels like, okay, well, something is going to have to change. Either I have to find a way to afford this on my own, or I have to get somebody else to cohabitate with me to pick up the slack. And even if I even if I take over the bills all on my own, that cuts back on other resources that you're probably using other places. Like if you're saving money or whatever, it's going to take away from that. You're like, I can't put as much there, so it's definitely going to have an effect. So at first you're like, oh, I don't like this. They're making a change. I'm technically not moving just yet, or going anywhere just yet, or changing how I'm doing anything just yet, but that's only going to last so long, because if they make this change, it's going to have a secondary effect on me at some point. I'm feeling just like it. It's kind of like I'm trying to find out a way to look at this in a way that I don't like the way it's starting. It feels uncomfortable. It's kind of like I'm not going to go their direction because I don't think it's going to win for me. I'm not going where they're going. They may want to move, but I'm not going to move with them. It's kind of like that energy. We're going to just use that analogy, just an analogy. Kind of like I'm not going where they're going because that's not going to serve me. I'm not moving. And if I have to make other decisions later, so what? I'll do what I have to do, but I just don't see the point in me going their direction. Because if I move where they're going, that's going to create other problems I'm not interested in. And it's just like, which set of problems do I want? The ones I already know about that I know I can handle, or the other ones that are going to pop up more problems, and I'm like, I'm not interested in the new problems. So it's kind of like no matter if I stay or go, it's still not going to be pleasurable. Thing is, you holding the line is actually going to work out, because I'm getting that this person, whatever changes they're making, it doesn't work without you. Whatever it is, they need you on board. If you're not on board, it fails. Whatever they think they can do without you, they might even try to do it without you. It's just not going to make it. For whatever reason, they do need you. And they're going to try. They're going to put a lot of effort into doing what they want, but when they try to do it without you, you've already said, I'm not going. You got to do what you got to do. Okay, I'm not going. I'm staying here, and I'm going to have to sort out how I do things after you're gone, and I'll do that because I'm not going. They're trying really hard to make it work without you, but I don't think they can. I do see them having to come back. I feel like they're going to reverse their decision. Whatever it is, and this may seem very out of character for this person, but I'm getting like it's not working to the point where it's like they're going to lose out on a lot if they don't change their mind, because I don't think this lasts very long. And I feel like they're just letting you know that this isn't going to last very long and they are going to change their mind and return back towards you. I don't see you moving. But I also see you kind of like questioning. Because what needs to happen here is there needs to be a very, very in-depth talk. We need to understand why they thought it was better to make this change. And this is more for you. Why did you think you should move? Why did you move ahead on that? Why didn't you continue with it? You'll get these answers to the point where you feel necessary. I don't have no qualms or no advice about that. You'll know what you need to do. You'll know the questions you have to ask, and you'll get the information as you need to. The only thing that's worrisome here is you not doing that. I don't know why you wouldn't do that unless you're having a hard time getting a hold of this person, or they're avoiding you, or you're upset with them and you're trying to find the right time to connect with them and it just doesn't seem to happen. I know this about Taurus. If you decide it needs to happen, it will happen. So you need to decide that it needs to happen. Don't play the card like when the appropriate time comes, we'll talk it out. Put it in your mind that needs to happen. Make that a priority. You will make it happen. I have no question. But for some reason, I feel like some of you are like upset or hurt by this situation. Like it hurt your feelings. Like, that was like a left turn that, you feel, it makes you very uncomfortable and very unhappy. If this gets talked out, this can be okay. This can re-solidify and be a lot stronger, but we need to talk about the difficult things. So this is what I'm like dancing around, and this is not going to be for everybody. So, take it as it comes. General read. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. For some people, this is a relationship thing where somebody kind of leaves you and they come back. Now, not every Taurus is going to allow that, granted. So this might not be where this is going for you if this is hitting. If it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. But you can't reconstitute this situation, whatever it is, if you don't get your answers. But I feel like using that as an example, if you're really hurt your feelings that they kind of like where they were going to leave you, and then they come back, but you're letting them come back, you got to get your answers. That's the only way this is going to re-solidify. That's the only way. For some reason, I just feel some of you are like, we'll talk about it at some point. I feel like that's how I'm treating it. Like, oh, we'll talk about it at some point. But that attitude just seems like it doesn't really latch on and hold. But if you're like, we need to talk, I will get my answers. If you have that attitude, it will, because you won't settle for less. You just have, it's like that mindset. I think it makes sense to the people who connect to the Taurus energy. I think you know what I'm talking about. Like if you decide, oh, it will happen, then it will happen. And that's how that goes. Hold the line and re-solidify this. Bringing it back, I don't think is bad, but I feel like some other people might question, like, Taurus, do you really want that to come back? Because it looked like it was going to fail on you. Do you really want something that shaky to come back into your life? Destiny is telling me this is how this is supposed to happen, but the whole purpose, the point of growth, is to like get your answers and find out, why should I believe in this? Why do I feel like it's stronger this time around than it was before? Why is it okay? Why is it literally going to give me this Ace of Pentacles and I'm going to get something better? Because, all right, somebody decided they didn't want to be a part of my situation and they left. Why should I believe that they won't do this again and they'll ditch me later instead of now? Why should I believe that they learned their lesson and this just means they tried, they realized it was a bad idea and they won't do it again? I need to know where I stand. Like, do I have to keep an eye out? Are they going to do it again? Is it just a matter of time before they permanently go? Or did they learn their lesson and realize that's a bad idea, I should not have done it, and I won't do it again? I need my answers. That's the only way that this is going to actually create growth and make this situation worth it. Because I feel like I don't like it. It's upsetting to me, but we have to bring closure to it. We have to have some compassion. I am getting the word compassion, so there we go. It does. I feel like it did. It hurt your feelings. Like, I don't know how to say that. Like, if it didn't, then it didn't. But I feel like for the majority of you, it did. It hurt your feelings that somebody did this. Whatever choice they made just didn't feel like they had your best interests at heart, and it bothered you. And you're very steadfast. You kept with the situation, and it's also very good. Acknowledging this is very important. Like, acknowledging that it did upset you and it did hurt you. But to bring it to completion, you gotta have your answers. This can go much better than it was the first time around. It's kind of like something was always there lurking in the shadows, and now that you know it's lurking in the shadows, you got your flashlight, you got your spotlight out, and you're like, we're gonna illuminate that corner, no shadows allowed, and let's see what's going on. Let's figure out what this actually is. Is this something I need to take care of and get rid of, or is this something we just need to handle differently? Once I have the correct information, once I have the truth in front of me, I can actually change this, because I'm getting like this situation can actually grow and be much better, especially with the Ace of Pentacles. This can be much better for you. This can go in a good way. This can turn in a good direction, because I feel like this is something where somebody challenged you, realized it really wasn't for the best, and turned around and said, before I really screw this up, I don't want to do that. And if they tell you this, they'll give you the reasons. I feel like the truth will come flowing right out from them. I don't feel like they want to hold back, because if you bring forward this conversation, I feel like they're very nervous. I do feel for most of them, they're very nervous, and they're just going to, it's going to be like word vomit. They're going to tell you everything, the ins and outs, what they've been thinking, what they've been feeling, why they did this, why they did that. You're going to have all the truth. Granted, there might be a little bit more truth than you really want, but you won't have any questions afterwards. You'll have all your answers. I mean, there's that. Yeah, I feel like this is going to go much better. You got to get your truth. You got to get your truth. They're saying this is for the better. The miracle coming in is telling me this is for the better. Expansion and strength. This strength is very much, like, I know it usually talks to Leo, but for this reading, I feel like this matches up with you. Kind of like it's reinforcing what was already there and giving you a reason to believe in it. Because I feel like when this person tells you the truth, they don't hold back anything. Which, on the upside, you don't have to worry about trapdoors, because you see everything. Whether you want to or not, you see everything. It's when you walk in somebody in the bed, walk in on somebody and they're in their bedroom, and you see everything. Whether you wanted to or not, you see everything. Oh, okay, I know what's going on there now. You see everything, whether you wanted to or not. It puts you in a position to know where you stand, though, and what's actually happening. I don't have to worry about trapdoors anymore. I can believe in the future because I see what's literally there. They told me everything. Everything. Okay. I don't know what to do with that. It's kind of making me laugh. But I feel like if I was standing in these shoes and somebody was like unloading all of the truth, I think I'd be like, oh my God. Kind of like half of this I really didn't need to know, but it also gives me confidence that nothing's being held back. So maybe I did. Alright, I'm going to let it be. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Thank you for watching, and have a great day. The donation information is the same email, by the way, in case that matters. Have a good day.